got that start out of the way. Here we are in the bottom right of Ruby Rock. It is MaxPax, and in the top left we do have Dice. Some people might know him. I think he's he's been an amateur player for a while. Quite a high level player on the ladder. One of those ladder heroes. Been playing a lot of cups here and there. Of course not as grindy as MaxPax on those cups. MaxPax is literally in every single cup that ever existed that's online. Because he does not play offline, he's basically always playing online. Anything that makes money, and he's always going deep. So pretty sick. And yeah. So he's playing Brood War Protoss right now, and on the other side we do have Dice playing the SC2 Terran. Now how is this gonna turn out? I have no freaking clue. We need to wait and see what's gonna happen. I don't have the chat up yet. I'll probably put it up later. Okay. Now, Probe Scouts and Probe Harass, we do have the Nexus here relatively fast. I think he put it down before the core. This is like a StarCraft 2 opening. He's basically just doing a StarCraft 2 opening here. I'm not sure if he can actually play it like this in this specific matchup, but we'll have to wait and see how he makes use of his units. Zealots, of course, are going to be pretty nice and strong. No charge, though. It's going to be very difficult, especially against something like Marauders. Immediately going into that Dragoon. Dragoon range is going to take a while. Let's see what he puts up next. I either think it's going to be a Robo or a Twilight. After this shield battery. So that's where he gets that fast. Next is just going to throw down a shield battery. He's going to say, alright, man. We're going to have the same. And, oh, actually, even one in the main. And then a Robo. So he plays a Robo style here. One gate into Robo. With a very fast Nexus. First probe is gonna be under fire, but there's the first Dragoon. We'll try to chase out the Reaper. Of course, the Dragoon can never really catch up to the Reaper. So, that's one thing. And, yeah. That's, I think, why we have these shield batteries. Also, they might be very useful against the Banshees. This looks like a Widowmine drop, though. Now, imagine, do you remember that build Maru used to do, where he would get fast armory and get the drilling claws upgrade and then just bombard the Protoss player with Widowmines, drilling claw Widowmines, like medevac after medevac, mine after mine, he would just throw out at the opponent while he would macro up behind that, constant pressure. And honestly, a no observer style might be extremely difficult against something like that. You can't just throw down a forge and a cannon, that takes a while. You need the observatory here. And he's indeed going for a Robo support base, so having cloaked units is actually quite tough here for the Brood War, StarCraft Brood War Protoss there. A Dragoon drop, that's kind of, like, funnily enough, one of the weakest drops you can do. It's so funny to think about, but a double Dragoon drop is one of the weakest drops you can ever do. And this freaking dropship is so slow, it's insane. Body support bay, that finish up here. A couple more gateways on the way. And we do see the Reaver now popping out. Double Dragoon coming to arrest here. It's gonna, so he does actually 4-shot these SCVs. So he's gonna snipe a few of them. And actually nothing at home here because we're dropping across the map right now with Widowmines. Oh my god, this could be an insane shot. He gets actually some decent connections here, but really good crisis management there. Still though, a couple of Widowmines will get evacuated here. And on the other side, it seems like the Dragoons got killed off by the tank. Let's have a look at the actual numbers. So only 4 SCVs did die. That was really good crisis management by Dice there. And he did kill the Dragoons and 8 probes himself. So yeah, I'd say he's in a very pretty nice lead right now. Even though he is behind in the worker count, that's supposed to be because he has the mules, he has the macro mechanic that the Brood War races don't have. The Brood War races do have an increased mining rate though. So that's the difference in mining, where that macro mechanic is kind of, you know, how do you say, it's kind of nullified or even out Not nullified, but even out, I guess. Try to be balanced here. Citadel of a Dune, and he was thinking about a forge, but he decides to throw down a third base first here. Very interesting choices we see here from MaxPax. And he will drop out the double Reaver now. Immediately be spotted by those Reapers. I have to say, it's a little bit of a mouthful to have Reapers fight Reavers and Reavers shoot at Reapers. Does he go double Citadel? I think that should have been like a... yeah, that should have been a Forge or a Templar Archive. He does snipe one of the Reapers, and the Reaver drop does come in. Tank's gonna siege though, that's gonna make it very difficult. Crazy man, that split, I really liked it on the Marines. Smart decision here by DICE, really smart play I have to say. Bunker in the front, tank sieged up as well, Marines ready to pounce. This looks amazing. He needs to spread the Marines though, they're gonna eat a shot. Oh, and that spread, that looked so good, the Marines that looked so ready. In the end, they do fall, but the Viking, can it get the re-kill? Oh, he needs to drop them. Oh my god, it says 1 kill. It should be 10. Oh damn, he killed the shuttle with the 2 Reavers. No way! MaxPax not dropping out the Reavers. He could have gotten both out of them if he would have microed that. He was just relying on that speed to be enough to get away from the Viking in time, which it wasn't. Now he has Reaver capacity come in here. For no Reavers. He's making one. The Zealot already has the Zealot legs done, so they are running quite fast, like Ferraris. But this game is looking very dicey for MaxPax so far. And DICE is gonna push out now, but that's like the bioforce got reduced quite a bit, so that marine count being 8 marines lower than it should be with this army is actually making a big difference here. One Zealot is gonna spot this out. The Reaper is here with some grenades to assist. The tanks need to get a good position to siege, but you can't really push into a Reaver, can you, man? These Scarabs, they're just so scary for the bio. Yeah, honestly, I feel like you kind of need to play back against brothers. Get them Hellions in. He's dropping behind us at the same time. Can he get a good connection? Only 1 probe. That was a superb pull, I have to say. Like, the super most efficient way to pull the probes. Oh no! It's another big shot from the Reaver. They already have so many kills. Pick it up! Okay. That was crazy. So these tanks, man, they have smelled the Zealots, but they couldn't touch them. Now they're coming in though from both sides here. Zealots ready to flank, pounce on these tanks, Dragoons as well. Reaver is gonna assist as well, even reverse. And that was a smackdown here on this army. This guy over here with the 12 kills, man. That's the hero of the last combat. So that early lead that DICE was so roughly, I don't know. He was so hard at work to accumulate that. It just evaporated by this, well, pretty astonishing engage here from MaxPax. Very well done. I feel like there were a few mistakes here from DICE. He doesn't really split his units against the Scarabs. He just pushes in, which you can't really do. That's why you can't play Bio in actual TVP Brood War. Exact that reason, because if you try to run in with Marines at all, the Reaver's just gonna pop them all with 1 shot from that Scarab and everything's dead. That's exactly why Bio does not work in PvT. If that wasn't the case, if the Reaver wouldn't exist, all Terrans would play Bio and not Mech in TvP. Most of the time. That would be the standard meta. Snapping down a few pylons, doesn't really matter though. Really good pylon spreading from MaxPax. Reaver drop into the 3rd base. In the meantime, a bunch of Zealots in the natural. They are kind of stuck though. Very bad pathfinding there on those dudes for some reason. And the drop in the main is doing some damage, but is it going to be enough here? That Reaver, oh my god, he runs into another turret. Damn, didn't even need the Viking. He's running his bio in like a Congo line though. That's going to eat a lot of damage here. Not spreading again, big mistakes, but he is microing at the front here. Can he get away from the storm? The storm is so much damage. Another storm comes down here. It's going to eat away most of these bio units. Only 3 units to remain. He does deny the Archon, but needs to evacuate before he kills the second Templar. So one does survive here. Another push out across the map here. We do see this bunker is very, very far forward. But that was a lot of damage that was dealt to DICE economy. But then again, to MaxPax economy as well. So both players are really handing it to each other here. Very interesting style so far. Just blow for blow it seems. But somehow MaxPax just looks a little bit more solid. It feels like the army from DICE is not really getting stronger. But from MaxPax, it doesn't... Like, he's getting High Templars. He's making Reavers. What are you doing against that right now? He's making Ghosts. So DICE is on... He's on the move. He's trying to do it, get it done. He's there. He already has the few first Ghosts, but he cannot lose his armor. He needs to get it back. Can't be intercepted. Viking is gonna spot these Zealots. Very nicely done here by DICE. Considering who he is playing, I feel like DICE is really doing a superb job so far in this game here. Really going toe-to-toe. Has a huge army accumulated here. Is on another command center. Base number 4 on the way here. And he is starting to make a few more turrets. It's finally... Oh, okay. So the upgrades are not the fastest. +2 against 1. +2 is about to be done here though. 3 more seconds, he's starting to engage. It's done now if they fight head on. Oh my Stormlord. 15 kills on that one. So the splitting from DICE is really what's hurting him right now. If he would be doing these splits against the AoE spells a little bit better, he would have already killed that dude MaxPax. MaxPax trying another run by here with Zealots and that shuttle. Shuttle is gonna get out, kind of threading the needle there. Needle is not that... It's actually not a needle, it's not that small, so there's a lot of space to go through, but there are a few turrets zoning here and there. It needs like a couple more maybe. Oh, nice snipe there on the temple, I really like that. Another Templar ready for Storm is gonna drop it, doesn't get a kill though. That's what I want to see here, don't lose your units to Storm, that's an avoidable AoE. This thing, it's really difficult, you always lose at least one guy unless you have the medevac right in position to pick it up. But the Marauder doesn't actually die in one shot, so he does kill the space, but there's another Nexus down here on the way that needs to be seen here by DICE. If DICE can identify that, I'll kill the Reaver for FFS. Yeah, there we go, he's going down here in the north though, he's losing against Zealot Archon. All of that bio is getting obliterated, the tanks are kind of just chilling here. And now, all of the Zealots coming in onto the tanks. Tanks need to focus fire something here. He's focus firing on the Archons, but he loses again 4 more tanks here. That was a very costly trade. If he could have found this base and killed it out, he would be in the lead right now. But as is of yet, he needs to defend this, and the economy lead is not there. A couple storms here, trying to get that ghost, but he doesn't get it really. He does get the growth of the medevacs though, and he will... I mean, he will push back DICE into the main base. Medivac's dead, no more healing, another Stormy, oh my god, that was the closest. Nice repair here, he's gonna drop the Marines, he's gonna stay steady there in that third base, but the Natural's under fire. Archons are gonna frickin' melt these SCVs now into metal scrap. And we still have a bunch of Storm here, there's Zealots in the main base, and High Templar is kind of getting knocked over there as well. The fourth base is holding strong. It's a planetary fortress here, so can actually defend itself for a little bit. The second place is completely ravaged, and I feel like the writings on the wall here, if DICE could have killed that southern base and then pulled back with the tanks, man, that would have been such a good state of the game for him. Now we do see the Storm here killing off the SCVs, trying to repair the planetary, and a very easy kill there on the planetary with no support. Pushing in here for the last. DICE being stormed to death here now. A little more. Wow. A thunderstorm in the end there. DICE trying his damnedest. He went down to 4 minerals. Yeah, Mr. Gling. Sorry, I need to pull up the... I need to pull up the chat. I don't have it up right now. There it is. Okay, now I can see the chat. I just need to... Great storm animation. In fact, a lot of the animations, I agree, they have a lot of amazing animations. I like the mech explosions the most, I feel like. The mech explosions, the siege tank shot animation, stuff like that. How when vultures explode, it looks so great. With the mine explosions, they look just amazing. I hope we can see something like that, but as I see, DICE is already picking again SC2 race here against MaxPax Brood War Protoss. Yeah, that should be what it is. It's displayed wrongly here, but should be fine. Yeah, exactly, there we go. The MaxPax is up 1-0 here. Go into the next one. In the bottom left of Golden Wall, MaxPax up 1-0. As did play Brood War race in the last game, but it was very dicey. Because this guy did it to him. He made it so. And he really brought the fire to that game with MaxPax. It is DICE, of course. Can he do it again on this map? Or is he gonna get floundered? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting gateway position here. It's just an efficiency thing, I think. It's a very easy spot to throw down the pylon where you can do something with the gateway and the geysers where you don't really block any income, and you still can kind of create a wall or against a Reaper or something to macro around with. And also it's good for, I guess, against Widow Mines, right? If they drop here, they can't walk in, they have to go all the way here. Or if they're here and want to run out in the south, they can't just walk down here or here, they have to walk all this way around or this way around. Oh. Okay, so Probe is doing his harassment. It's gonna drop down the Nexus again before the cybernetic score here. It's gonna complete that wall. So no circulation from here to here, unless you want to go all the way around. Okay, so factory on the way here for DICE. Again, a 1-1-1 opening, it seems like. What is he gonna bring this time? It feels like early Protoss Brood War is very... It's very tough to actually defend all the harassment tools that Terran can bring. But I'm not sure how much that does actually. Like how much it's necessary to defend that. Or if you can just macro through it with your Probe macro. As long as you don't let that harassment linger, right? If you just take a punch and beat it out. Maybe that's the better approach. Okay, so again, Goon against Reaper here. Do we have a second Reaper? I don't think, not this game now. So it's only one Reaper into a early reactor with Marine production. We still gonna see that Widowmine drop here most likely, as we already see the first Widowmine on the map. I say again, I still want to see that. I still want to see that armory fast drilling claw style, where you just keep on dropping those drilling claws Widow mines. Because look at that, he has a citadel right now, so he's gonna have very fast, strong gateway units, maybe even storm quite fast. But guess what? He's not gonna have any detection at all, unless he gets a forge and a cannon. Oh, but MaxPax wants to do something aggressive, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, okay, so he's making Zealot Lex. This is gonna try to be a Zealot charge in, but there's already gonna be Widow Mines. I'm not sure how many he's gonna have at home, but he's keeping on making them right now. He potentially has them. Okay, so he has 3 now stops. He's going into a Techlet. I'm always a little bit afraid when I see a Zealot opening against a Terran that can repair and hide behind buildings and has basically every unit that shoots. So not sure if I like that choice here. I don't think DICE is gonna be rolled over, but it's... Oh, he might even spot this pylon. And honestly, there's no... Like, why would you even make a pylon there, honestly? You can't warp in units, like, duh, right? That's kind of weird. Why did you make the pylon? He just scouts a pylon, he's the same. Like, hey, wait, what are you doing with the pylon? This is not, you can't warp in units there, bro. It's not StarCraft 2. Oh, this could be a massive Widowmine shot here. Oh, indeed, he does get a really good split there in the last second. But 2 Widowmines do survive again. As you can see here, this harassment with the Widowmines, it's really good in the mobility against what the Protoss can actually do to defend this. And I wonder if you want to play a scout opening or something. But okay, so he sees there's no... He sees the tech, right? He sees there's no robo right now. He sees the robo's just finished up. Now we do see a observatory instantly being placed down, but he is going into cloak banshees. It's gonna be too late though. I feel like the observers should be out in time. But yeah, MaxPax kind of realizing that this is his weak point right now. Anything that's cloaked, he can't see, he can't attack, and that would be free damage. He has of course shield batteries to try to keep himself, but those, they don't actually heal against burst damage, right? So if that happens, you still need that shield battery. Rip is gonna get sliced to death, or I guess growled to death here by the zealots. And the medevac is waiting for its opportunity to charge in again. I think the faster, like the earlier the better, is what I would think. Maybe he has a different plan for it, but that's a very interesting position to keep it in. Third command center on the way here, double banshee. Okay, so maybe he waits for the banshees and then does it. He's only getting cloak, he's going up to 3 banshees. I'm not sure if I like that choice. Observer is barely not gonna see them, I think. Oh my. So there's your shuttle on the way here. I don't think he has Reavers yet, so he's gonna try to storm drop with this. Banshees are ready to go in though. And I think there's only 1 observer right now, and that went across the map. The Widowmine drop is coming in here, it's gonna drop, and it is gonna hit the zealots here and some probes. Oh, that one was a good split there on the end there. And now, oh, he even kills the Templar. He gets a Templar. That's one of the greatest Banshees attack that you can imagine. And now he misses the observer at home. Dice, if he can recognize this. He just needs to kill what he can. Be aggressive with these guys. You know, you saw the observatory. It is there. You just kill as many as you can. Now we see the observer being here, the banshees being under attack. But in this base, there's nothing again. So he's doing so much damage. 10 and 6 kills already between these 2 banshees. In the meantime, we do have a counterattack here. So need to be careful. He cannot just be aggressive. He needs to kind of defend this here. And you don't want to lose your units. He's again trying to drop the Widowmine, but I think that got diffused before it did anything. The medevac is gonna get out though. And the shuttle also does survive. Banshee speed did just complete, so he will try to do more with these banshees. Actually 2-porting this at this point. Very interesting to see here, but he will go into a bio switch, it seems like. Oh, those banshees are boxed in a little bit. Can you get away? Oh no, you need to keep moving. You can't just let them stay there. You need to keep moving. So one is uncloaked, but he can definitely, he could run through and just kill 4 more, 5 more probes. Come on, you don't have to sit there. Just do it. And he does it. He does so much damage with these banshees, man. That's insane. Zealots dropping in again. Might want to consider throwing down a couple of turrets here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Maybe a Viking would be nice. That's exactly what he's going to do. This will disrupt the banshee production, but I think at this point you kind of want to transition away from that anyways. Pylon is a great spotter. If for nothing else, it's a great spotter, but then why not make it over here? Oh, we do see a Stargate on the way, ladies and gentlemen. We could see anything from Scout to Arbiter, from S to A. That fleet of Banshees, wow, 6 Banshees, that's a lot of firepower. They can actually take out cannons easy peasy, no problem. And you kind of need a storm against that. So that's going to be super difficult to deal with. He'll see that this is still on the tech lab, but it's not producing right now, which is probably going to make him feel a little bit more safe about his position. He could even come in with the Banshees. If he can snipe that observer, he's trying to go for it, but then he sees there's 2 observers. He's still going to try to keep going for it with the Banshees. He does. Not sure if I like this choice. He will snipe the few High Templars here, but that's a huge reveal Did you have Banshees? He has tanks. I feel like he is gonna be safe at home if he just stays behind his wall. Massive storm here on those Banshees, and he is almost gonna keep so many alive, but then all of them but 2 do fall here, and Archon has been morphed and is gonna kill even one more, maybe not. It will get away. There was a lot of lost Banshees, and I feel like a lot of lost potential. He could have killed a couple bases with that. I mean, he used them to defend, right? But he could have killed this photon cannon. He could have killed the frickin' Nexus and potentially this and this as well. Hey, what a win condition would that be, right? I feel like a lot of these almost great players, like really good players, but almost great players, what they sometimes is missing, that little bit of killer instinct, just of that FU moment where you're just gonna go through with a plan. You're gonna be aggressive with what you made for being aggressive, and don't defend with it. You just go and frickin' hit the pedal. Because now he knows what's up. He sees more Banshees, and what are you gonna do with those then now? He's always gonna carry a couple of observers with his army. He's always gonna be ready at home with a couple of cannons most likely. And while I like the chances of 6 Banshees taking out a cannon very fast and maybe then a base behind that even, I don't like the chance of 4 doing the same damage. I feel like he might just run away after he sees the cannon. So he's gonna go for the cannon, and of course this is not SE2, so you cannot actually charge up your cannons with the shield batteries. You can only charge up units. Can't charge up buildings. He's gonna kill a gas now, and there's a Corsair coming in. This is just not what it's supposed to be, dice. You need to keep those guys at home for quite a while, I feel like. And, or you need to lose them and remake them again. There's more Corsairs coming in, so he's gonna trade them all out, which, I mean, you can just, well, he's gonna run them away. Some nice juking and jabbing there. And in the meantime, this army kind of got across the map unseen, but we do have Storm ×4 here, Storm ×3, Storm ×4 already sitting there and waiting in anticipation of an army coming across the map, and we do see the carrier transition starting right now. Quickly is killed off here. We don't mind, could get an insane shot. Oh my god, those zealots are just like running into the frickin' meat grinder. He has them in whole position, right? He sees this, he could kill this. Like, why are you killing it? And then one zealot. Yeah, the army in whole position. Nothing was in range. But he knows, of course, that he might this open. The dice does know this as well. Oh, the winner ones get taken out here. The Banshees are gonna come in. If that 6 Banshee squad was still alive, man. Again, we'll drop making it in here. We'll start to kill. Oh, Banshee's being lazy here. This is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, so he will get out. He's gonna realize that. That's a good moment here for Dice. Gets out after damage there. Really well done. And he will bring a group of units here to the north to try and hit the space in the very top left. But MaxPax is just starting to transition into more and more carriers. I hope he gets the upgrade. I hope he gets the upgrade. I hope sincerely he gets the upgrade and is not gonna fight with 4 interceptor carriers. I think most people just don't know that it exists because they did never play World War on the SC2 pros, especially the Provost pros. Oh, so many Templars, look at that, he has 9 Templars here and 3 were already lost, 8 Templars. Still so many left over, so much Storm. Banshee's really doing some wonder. Look at the kill count, 23, 14 and 8. You definitely want to repair those guys. The probe is kind of observing what's going on over here in Terran Town. He sees, okay, that's a base that you have now. It's starting to be fortified. He sees the turret in the north. I guess he doesn't, but yeah. It's a really good setup here from DICE. getting that ready. And actually, upgrades are really bad here for MaxPax. He's only on +1 damage on ground and +1 damage on airships. He still doesn't have the carrier upgrade, so he's just fighting with half strength carriers basically. And on top of that, I mean, he just finished up +2 ground weapons, but there's already two done here for our Terran friend. I really hope he remembers that. Oh, there we go, he gets it. And there is the fight, the big fight. I need to cough, I can't believe it. I'm gonna hold it in because the Archons are gonna get impeded. But now we do see the storm here. That was a really good first moment for Dice, but can he dodge the storms? Oh my god. Now Badge is coming in again. There would be an opportunity to snipe those. There's nothing really for anti-air except for these 3 units and a couple of Archons. There's nothing that really deals with Banshees. And now he doesn't even have the vision. He kind of needs to blindly storm. There's the cannons he's trying to retreat to, but he will lose another Templar. Finally, one of these Banshees got sniped. It was not the 23 kill commander, it was the 12 kill dude. That's a dead base. Really well done here by Dice. He will get killed off from the flank here though. The tanks are gonna be engaged here, but the base does fall. Is he gonna lose the army though? Oh, you need to AIM, bro! He kind of will stay alive here for now. Disruption web! But he just lost all of the courses but one, I guess. And they get EMP'd, so I'm not sure if I really like this choice, because he's been constantly EMPing the army, so there is actually not enough energy for any kind of disruption web. Probably need to keep those courses in a different group. Don't use the F2, bro. This bio is superbly low. He needs medevac healing power. He only has 2 medevacs and 1 is healing SCVs. Top of that. Carriers finally is getting their 8 slot upgrade, so they will be coming to full power here. Now random storm. So many ghosts though, by the way. We had 19 ghosts, but that's not going to be possible anymore in the new patch, because 19 ghosts is going to be a lot more supply. It's going to be 12 ghosts. It's the same supply. I really wonder how many changes are going to actually make it through there. No stray Templars it seems here. +3 might finish before this fight though. That's going to be huge here. That's a nice setup for Dice, really difficult to engage into. Ah, that Reaver again though, getting a big shot off there. But those Zealots running into the Whirl Mines eating so much damage. Ooh, some nice storms. Reaver does fall, but really good storms. Can he get the MP of his life? He did get it. Can he get that army out of the sky? Can he kill those carriers? There should be a way to do it. These have actually a lot of health. It's crazy. But he doesn't have any vision. So he just is fighting invisible close, with just slowly shooting down the carriers from the sky. An observer is trying to be made, but it's not fast enough, man. The ghosts have started to focus fire this down. He's looking for the observer, but it was just a ghost running out of energy. Only 2 carriers are left. He's running forward, running back to bait the carriers back in, and he will get the last 2 carriers. That was a lot of money. Okay, he doesn't get the last carrier. I can't believe it. Oh, get this one down. There was so much money being lost here by both players, actually. So many ghosts dying, so many carriers dying. Insane. It's gonna take them a while to max out again, but MaxPax is definitely dropping way lower in army supply. Yeah, he lost so much. Look at that. 30k to 20k here. And that whole carrier army is gone. There's only 1 left. He's not really microing the carriers like he's supposed to do, but GG's gonna be called after the nuke starts here. Dice is gonna take a map from MaxPax. Wow. Really well played. Really well played. And we are back at... The last map is gonna be Kara's Passage. Kara's Passage. Passager. Yep. So 1-1 for now. Incredible fighting spirit here. 4 dice, and now the table have turned. Tables have turned. We do have MaxPax playing as the StarCraft 2 Protoss against Dice being the Brood War Terran. Now Dice, please. I would advise just make a freaking super fast push or something, because man, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be so tough. I feel like MaxPax, who's a master of abuse, pulling you apart, is gonna have a really good time with something like Adepts against a Brood War Terran. Maybe DTs with Blink, you know. There's a lot of things that the Brood War Terran is supposedly not gonna be able to handle. Probe's gonna make its way across the map here. Hello 11 Shady 11. Hope you're having a good one. And it's gonna meet the SCV. They actually will touch just for a moment. Okay. So let's see what Dice wants to play here. I feel like it's more on him. Because MaxPax can just play a standard game and he should not really lose this. Even though the AoE is not as powerful, if it's like his blink control and how he uses that, it's gonna be really, really difficult for Dice to play against. And Dice seems to want... It seems like he wants to go into a mech play here. Of course, it's not Brood War Mech TVP, it's gonna be Brood War Mech TVP StarCraft 2, if that makes sense. Yeah, so an issue with Brood War Mech is it's gonna be super slow. Actually, let me think about this a little bit out loud here in front of you guys. So what does actually make Brood War Mech very slow in actual Brood War? One of the facts is that how the unit selection simply works. So you have units and most of them have abilities. You want to lay spider mines with your vultures and you want to have your tanks sieged up correctly. And not being able to shift queue a siege command for tanks in Brood War is a huge limiting factor. And then on top of that, you can only select 12 units. And I feel like those two things combined make mech actually way slower than it's probably supposed to be. And in this engine with StarCraft 2, the unlimited unit selection, the unlimited queuing of commands, and actually obeying of that order, the improved pathfinding, all of these things are gonna make mech actually a lot faster than it's supposed to be. Not in how it macros, but in how it moves across a map and how it can relocate and rotate. So what I was thinking at first was, hey, how are you gonna ever beat like Warpins, right? If you play mech. But honestly, I feel like with the way the engine operates and helps you, that might just be enough. And you have the vultures just being one of the fastest unit and anyways, like in the whole game, the whole franchise. That might just be everything you need against a Protoss StarCraft 2 here. Because vultures are gonna count everything that's kind of small here, like the Adept. No, excuse me, the Adept should be pretty dead against vultures. What are they, light, right? Let's have a quick check here. So they do 20 against light. Look at that. They chew through Adepts. Okay, so that's an easy peasy. They should chew through Zealots. They should chew through Sentries. They should chew through Probes, of course. And High Templars, right? And DTs is what I wanted to say. So they should also kill DTs insanely fast. Because I think most of them are light. And then they have also bonus against shields. They only do 5 against armor. So you'll see them have a lot of damage against these shields, but then if they hit the actual stalkers, they will lose most of that damage. Oh, he gets in. Can you lay some mines here? Can you be super annoying? Mines are gonna be placed down. A couple are gonna explode. He only gets 1 hit though. No mine in that area here so far. He lays down a few more. And oh my lord, that was really fast. Ooh. He doesn't get that probe, unfortunately. Not perfectly synced up. The Stalker did clear the mines, it seems like. One Marine still on patrol over here. More and more mines being laid down here in the front. Oh, need of course to blink. Ooh, man. You really don't want to move out like that. This man is overseeing the 0-4 operations. And in the meantime, while you're mining up the field... Oh, he needs to throw down a couple of mines here. Yeah, there we go. Get some mines down. He still has some more mines. Put them in the frickin' mineral line. Why are you shooting at the gateway? No, you don't need to shoot at the gateway. You need to kill probes. That's where you go. Oh, he gets a really big hit there on the 3 Stalkers. That was great. A massive error here for MaxPax. MaxPax in the meantime is trying to get his Stalkers out, but this is actually in vision. I hope DICE is gonna recognize this. He did start to pull back his units here, but yeah, of course, his tank force is actually not that big. Where are the tanks? Did he make so many vultures? Didn't really constantly produce tanks. It's only on 4 tanks, so a very big commitment here to those vultures. Oh my god! No way! No way! He just lost like 5 Stalkers or 8 Stalkers or whatever. I don't know, I think that is more than... He lost more than that to the Widow Mines. Oh my god, crazy lord! It's just not ending. These mines are killing him. I can't believe it. DICE might just take this. He's doing so much damage. He's up 20 workers almost. He's killing so much with only mines, and another great connection there. Gets another 2, and the Stalkers are just having so much trouble keeping up here. He's killing more and more workers. It's more and more vultures. Just rallies and vultures, man. It's insane. He's doing so much damage. Unfortunately, he's fully out of mines here right now. These guys can only shoot down the workers. You definitely want to shift click those. He's gonna get a couple more before he dies, but yes, again, vultures in that natural base. He's killing so many probes. Oh my god, another mine that's connected. Can he lay down a few more? He has them in the pocket. You want to put them out there. He's just microing to shoot the probes. What a fiasco here for MaxPax so far. Finally, he stops that rally, but 3rd base on the way here. Look at the work account, 55 to 31. So many dead things on the pro side. 2,000 resources lost to 5.5 thousand. Oh my god. Good lord. Dank Shrine, that's the one. That's the one you want to make, or do you actually? I feel like we're gonna have some science vessels eventually. We're already making some turrets. I want to maybe lay some more mines out on the map here as DICE. Of course, that constant rally has been disrupted. He can still run into this 3rd base. He can try to set up another double prong. But you want to be laying more mines here. And yeah, put a turret down here next time. He's gonna send out the first group of vultures. He has so many tanks here over on this side. He needs to unsiege them, move them. That's something you can shift click, right? And instantly resiege, and in the meantime you can land the commands and then do other things. That's not something you can do in Brute War. That's why mech is so slow in Brute War. Ah, he does see that. He has the vision. He didn't lay the mines, which I'm very salty about. Like, you need to just lay them all across the map, just to make it super annoying for your opponent to move anywhere. Like, if he runs with an observer and kills them and clears them, that's fine. But that's what it's supposed to be. It means he can never move without an observer. You just need to lay the mines, brother. Like, why do we have them? Put them... Yes, yes! Everywhere. More! You have 13 more. I mean, it also grants you vision, right? And he doesn't know that it's there. Because they're completely invisible if you don't have any detection. There's no way in seeing those. Like he sees them first, but then there's nothing, right? He had the vision, so he saw them burrow, but he doesn't... He can't target them, he can't reconfirm their actual position. He just knows, oh, around here is where they were. MaxPax is starting to stabilize though, is up at a very good work account again here. He's going into robotics bay, finally starting up that AoE that he so desperately needs. I don't know what the Wraith is doing. I think that's the one that was supposed to kill the shuttle, but the shuttle is roaming at a different side of town here. You see again the mines connected. Look at those mines, man. It's just the mines that are killing MaxPax, and it's exactly what you have to do. You just have to freaking pump them through the map. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so that was not the worst, but the mech army is moving, and he started probably gonna reinforce with mostly vultures. I'm not sure why he's not making any more vultures right now. He should just make vultures right now and reinforce that mech army. It's mostly tanks. There's no real front line. It's pushing through the slow... No, this is not how it's supposed to be. Like, you can't leapfrog forward now, can you? See, he sees it and then he comes in again. And now you need to siege again. It's so stupid. What are you doing, guys? This is like the only way you can lose the game. If you push through the worst position ever. Just go on the north. He's finally clearing the debris. Just go through the north, please. Keep like 2 tanks sieged here. Look at that. Just go through the north. He has like the worst position. Now the front line is walking through the south. Which I also don't agree with. Gonna start to lose this high ground here. It's a couple of mines down. But yeah, this is what he needs to do. Just mines everywhere. Gonna try to snipe down the disruptor, but that doesn't work out. Mine is gonna get blown up here. Might as well. Should be able to deny this based on the south. And now he could move through the center if he really wants to, because this army is not over there. You still have 23 more mines here. You need to fortify this position here. Put them in, coach. Put them in. Put them in the ground. There we go. Finally gonna relay some of them. And this looks way more formidable than it did just a second ago. Running with the vultures here. It's gonna lay a few more mines. Look at that. A man of my taste. And now MaxPax trying to save the base in the north, but that didn't work either. He's losing more and more. And no more income here very soon. Observer is gonna get picked off here. Oh, that was a great shot by the disruptor though. You always want to be careful whenever you push with your own units on top of your own mines. Let's see how many he does have still in these guys. It still has 20 about ready and left to go here. Siege tank shots, that was juicy. That was a lot of money going down the drain here. A lot of money going down the drain. Now MaxPax trying to clear the left side. We still do have a few mines here. He should probably lay them behind the tanks. Just try and see what he can get, but he's not even gonna bother. He's just gonna lose this army. And MaxPax will reclaim that position, but Dice could cut him off if he takes this high ground. He's gonna run in the vultures into just the dudes. No attack, no like attack move. Okay, so he's did react there, and he does kind of utilize those units. Mines are gonna connect here again. One mine sometimes is all you need. They do insane splash. There come the disruption novas though. Finally some redamage here. That was really good novas. They're killing off all that chunk of the vultures, but look at that army. It feels unkillable right now here for MaxPax. He needs Tempest or something to do with that. Now we do have defense matrices. Please use them as well, right? Don't just chase that frickin' Warp Prism. Use the D-Matrix. One Goliath is trying to run away from 4 disruption novas. if you really look into that sentence, you see who's winning. Oh, bro. That poor science vessel. And again, the space in the making, it's getting slammed down right now. DTs are not gonna find anything here. And I think even the mines do detect DTs. GG's called. Dice does take the best of 3. What an incredible best of 3 here. I want to say. Dice really well played.